Filtered. Hope things are well for you.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, these are great. Sorry for missing those calls.
Oh, that's okay. Where are you now?
Just at home back in Florida.
Oh, do you live? Oh, when did you leave St. Louis? I know you're from St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis. I've been in Florida for about 5 years or so.
Do you go home a lot, or are you kind of just happy to be in Florida?
I'm happy to be training here in Florida. I got my good squad and my family there. But I miss home. Of course, I don't go back that often just because I'm training so much. So you guys know how that is.
Now, only because there was that TV show. That's why I'm bringing this up, Michael. What about the Black Zillions? I know you've been asked about this a million times, but I want to know because I watched the show with you with the Black Zillions versus the American Top Team, and then I heard they're splitting up, and then what's going on with that?
Well, it was just some things that went on with the owner and everything like that. So just a group of us just left, and we kind of went with Henry Hughes, and they started the Combat Club. So we're just all together training. The Black Zillion agency, that show, I didn't really get that too involved because I had my fight coming up with Edson around the same time, so I couldn't really, be hands-on that much in that show,
All right, well, you're with Henry still, so that's all that matters. Henry was running shit anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course, pretty much, man. That was pretty much the unspoken head coach of the team. Everybody, migrated towards him, and he really came in and changed our striking, and he's very open-minded about what we need to do and how we need to progress, and so now he's working with we still got Greg Jones, Gilbert Durino is doing our jiu-jitsu thing now, so everything's working out good.
And what was your strategy against Edson, who's known for kicking so brutally? What was your strategy and how to kind of neutralize that?
My strategy of that fight was just to keep moving forward, not give him any space. And, that's my same strategy for this next fight coming up. Justin likes to kick a lot. And, if you give these guys no space at all, then they don't have room to kick. So I kind of got to stay in his face and keep it moving. Important thing is I got to be in shape to do it, and damn best believe I am.
And we were at the Garden and saw your fight against Khabib. And I think the first round it was going, you were striking, I think, and doing quite well. And what finally happened? Was he stronger than you thought he was going to be?
Yeah, that was one of the things. And, he really snuck in that takedown. I thought I was going to be able to reverse him in that first round. And, he kind of got on top of me. That fight, I was just really anxious. I was always waiting for him to shoot on me, so I never got comfortable. I never allowed myself to get comfortable, and he disguised his shots very well, and he felt like a 205er on top of me, but I'll be prepared for that next time. So he definitely made me a better fighter.
When you went in there, were you saying, like, I just do not want this guy to put me on the ground?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, man. And, that clouded my thought process. I didn't do what I was best at, and I was moving and staying calm in there.
Well, Michael, what was he saying? I could hear some of it, and I've seen some on the replay. What was he saying? Because he said he respected you a lot after the fight, that you were an extremely tough guy, and you really took a lot of punishment. He had a lot of respect for you. What was he saying while you were on the ground?
I think he told me to give up at one point, and then he's like, I should be champion, or I deserve that, and this and that. Tell me to give up. I looked at him. I hit him with a backhand. I'm like, I'm not fucking giving up. I told him, fuck you, I think. So, it was pretty funny, but I get it. He's upset. That he didn't get a title shot, and I put myself in a bad position and allowed him to do that.
It's kind of creepy, though, during a fight. It reminds me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan. Not that he was killing you, but remember when the German had the he had the knife and he's plunging it in and the guy's like, wait, what are you saying? And the guy's saying it belongs this way. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and he goes,
yes.
The thing is, I wasn't begging for my life.
No, fuck no, Michael, no. No way, you're a warrior. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it is creepy though, because I'm not used to, I had a lot of fights and I never had a guy talking to me saying, I deserve this. I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell?
Yeah, it kind of gets you. It kind of scares you a little. I get it.
It's creepy.
That's right now.
That's hysterical.
I felt I don't think I've ever felt more claustrophobic watching a fight than that one, because of the way he kept pulling your arm, and it just seemed like a horrible position to be in.
Yeah, it was not enjoyable at all. But like I said, man, I went back to my camp. I started working on what I needed to work on, never to get in that position again. And I thank Khabib for doing that to me because now I know what it's like.
Yeah, man.
That's the best way to learn.
Sure.
You know?
That's it. Going through something like that.
That's
for
how I've
sure.
learned what a shitty boyfriend I am because I've been dumped by every girl I've ever dated. So I kind of figure I need improvements.
With all the
You'll
experience.
find one soon.
Hey, listen, did you see the fights over the weekend? Did you see Chiesa versus Kevin Lee or no?
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of the outcome of that?
The obvious, man, that's bullshit that he called that. Michael Chiesa shouldn't have had himself in that position. He's a good friend of mine, and Kevin Lee was dominating before that. He had him in a real bad position. I think Chiesa looked up at the clock to see how much time he had left, and he forgot that he was getting choked, and he just slipped that in. And I think he was going to tough it out, but you got to let him limp or tap. You can't do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that might have been a clock peak that his head turned a little bit and kind of opened himself up?
Absolutely. That's what I think. That was my first thought because he was defending very well, and it was getting close to the end of the round, and he knew that. So he looked up at the clock, I think, to see how much time he had left, and, Kevin took advantage of it.
Yeah, both those guys really strangle well from the back. They get their rear naked chokes. Didn't he just finish a couple of guys with that? I think he did. He right? I mean,
his last two fights. I think.
Yeah, he had
Ronaldo.
Yeah, he's
finished it.
Go ahead.
He's strong and tough. He's very tough.
All right, man. Yeah, because people are saying that he got stopped a little too soon. I don't know. To Mario's defense, I really felt that Michael was about to. It looked like he was going out. It looked like he was out because his arm stopped moving. But again, man, only Chiesa knows, man. He was in that thing.
Yeah. He looked like he was about to go out, but
Now,
he wasn't out.
what do you feel about your upcoming fight? Jimmy's doing the heart symbol now. It's throwing me off.
Yeah, Dana's Instagram showing him with that little heart thing. Oh, that was a real fucking. That was an asshole reaming he gave him.
Dana can be funny.
Yeah, again, another one. How many times has Dana got to kill him? Like, he needs to stop fucking up.
Yeah. What was the last fuck up? Do you remember? What was the last big one?
It was. Yeah, who was it? It wasn't too long ago. It was some knockout that he stopped way too early. Or no, he let the guy get beat up way too long.
Too long, right?
He's got to find a middle ground right now.
Yeah, and I can kind of picture the fight where they're going, he should stop this. He should stop. That was Roy Nelson was Big John when he got mad. I can't remember who this one was, but
Was it Travis Brown? No. With Derek Lewis? I might be way
Derek
off.
Lewis, yeah, it was.
Was it? If it is, I'm awesome. I
that
might be
have
wrong.
been one of them.
If
He's
that's-
got a lot, so.
Is Chris the producer in this show at all? Is
No,
he-
well, I'm looking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were saying the Roy. No, because that was the Big John thing where Roy kicked.
No, but I said that. What about he said maybe
No.
it's Travis against Derek Lewis?
Oh,
Did he take too many punches because Mario did not stop it?
I don't. I'm not sure.
Well, let's just see who the ref there was. If Matt is right about this,
Oh no, about Derek Lewis with Travis Brown.
yeah, beating on him. So how do you feel about your fight coming up? Sorry, we're digressing.
No, it's cool. Digress. I'm excited about this fight, man. I love fighting guys that show up to fight, that always move forward, and that like to throw punches. So, I've been, since November of my last fight, I've had a hard training camp, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go out here and put on a statement.
Well, Justin is undefeated. Sorry, Chris the producer?
You're correct. Yeah.
Matt was right. He remembered that was the fight. It was Travis Brown losing to Derek Lewis.
Memory of a goldfish my ass.
It's amazing. Good for you.
Yeah, I don't even know what I ate this morning for breakfast, but I remember that shit. But listen, getting back to your opponent, this guy, Justin is 17-0 coming over from the World Series of Fighting, and he was the champion. He defended his belt a bunch of times. With a kid having a bunch of hype behind him, what do you like that? Do you like that this kid's undefeated? And not only that, you're greeting him to the UFC. You're his first fight, so that shows you something. Like you're the guy that's going to welcome him to the UFC. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel good about that. I love going in here, being the guy to stop the hype train or to go against the guy that's got all this hype around him. Put me in here against the guy that everybody's on their side, because I'm not only just disappointing him, I'm disappointing everybody that was rooting for him. And, and that's kind of joyful for me a little bit. So I love he's undefeated. I love he's coming in here. I'm welcoming him to the UFC, but at the same time, I almost feel like I'm getting tested by him. Like he's looking at the top 10 thinking that, oh, this is the easiest guy I can get in here and fight. But it's not going to be that way, man. I got completely different plans for it.
Don't you think someone who's undefeated? I always feel like when someone goes so many fights being undefeated, there's almost a weird pressure they have that you're not having because they're that first loss, the idea of that first loss. Like, I thought John Jones always got lucky in a way because he has a first loss and everybody knows he was kicking the shit out of his opponent. He was winning that fight, and it was stopped because of those stupid elbows. So he took the loss without actually being beaten, but it takes the pressure off. Because it just seems like certain guys go undefeated for a while and then they lose it and they lose a few fights. It does something to the psyche after a while once you finally lose.
Yeah, it does, man. And, everybody knows losing sucks. And the thing is, I've been there before. I've lost, so I know what it feels like, so I can come back from that. And, I always say, the broken evolves the most because I've been at that breaking point to where, I've suffered defeat, and it's just been so disappointing where it just fuels me. He really doesn't have much to fuel him. He doesn't have to, a fight to come back from a loss. I do, so I have a lot more to prove, but he's got a lot to prove in his plate, coming into the UFC. So I love being the guy to take his virginity and get that O out of there.
So when you lose, it's for you, it doesn't change everything you feel about yourself. Like, I think with some guys, it might change everything that they believe to themselves. But so if you lose, you know how to handle that mentally and then just come back and win the next fight.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, I've lost before, man. It's a process to me. It's a journey. Records don't mean shit, man. Like guys are getting title shots with 5, 6, 7 losses on their records when they're 500. They're just getting them just cause. So records aren't really important. It's all like I said, a process and a journey. And as long as I learn and I work to improve the mistakes that I did, then I'm being successful, and everything is going to catch up. It's going to click, and my time's going to hit. Like I said, I want to be prepared because when I get to the top, man, that fall from the top hurts the worst.